Hey everyone, welcome back to Point of View, the podcast where we tackle complicated topics from totally different angles. I'm Alex.
And I'm Jordan, and today we're diving into a topic that stirs up opinions, eye rolls, and maybe a few guilty memories. The Womenizer,
Oof, the word alone feels like a red flag on a dating profile.
or a badge of honor, depending on who you ask.
Let's start with the basics. A womanizer is typically a guy who flirts a lot, dates around, and often plays with women's feelings without any real intention of commitment.
But here's where it gets tricky. Is being a womanizer just about having multiple partners, or is it about deception?
To me, it's the manipulation that defines it. If someone's honest about what they want, cool. But if they're leading people on just to get what they want, that's where it turns toxic.
But you could also argue that the term itself is outdated. It's often used to shame men for behavior that's, let's face it, pretty normalized in pop culture. Let's talk movies. James Bond, Tony Stark, even Barney Stinson from How I Met Your Mother. They're all charming, unapologetic womenizers, and they're fan favorites.
Exactly. But those portrayals often ignore the emotional trail of destruction behind the charm. We laugh, we cheer, but we don't see the heartbreak.
True, but on the flip side, aren't they also showing a type of freedom? The ability to be non-committal, flirtatious, and live life on your terms?
Maybe, but I think the line is drawn at respect. If a guy's freedom comes at the cost of someone else's dignity or trust, it's not empowerment. It's selfishness.
Okay, hot take. If a woman dates around, she's often judged much harsher than a man. Why does womenizer have a playful, even glamorous ring, while women get labeled with words I won't even say?
Preach. There's definitely a gender bias. A guy who's a player gets a wink and a pat on the back. A woman? She gets called names.
So maybe the issue isn't just the womenizer, but how society treats men and women differently for the same behavior.
I'll be honest, I've been hurt by someone I'd absolutely call a womanizer. He said all the right things, made me feel special, until I found out I was one of 5.
Ouch, been there too in reverse. I used to think I was just having fun, but looking back, I definitely led people on more than I should have.
Do you think people grow out of it?
I think people grow through it if they're willing to reflect and take accountability.
So, is being a womanizer always a bad thing? Not necessarily. But when it involves deceit, disrespect, or using people, that's where the problem lies.
Flirting isn't a crime. Honesty is key. If you're clear about your intentions, no one ends up feeling like collateral damage.
That's the real takeaway. Be real, be respectful, and stop glamorizing manipulation.
Couldn't have said it better. That's all for today's episode of Point of View. We'd love to hear your POV. Have you dealt with a womanizer? Or maybe you were one.
Hit us up on socials, Point of View Pod, and don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe. Thanks for listening.
New episodes every day. Laugh with us. Argue with us. Just don't sit there quietly. Drop your take in the comments and let the debate begin. Next up, is being too nice a red flag in dating or just underrated? Hit subscribe so you don't miss the chaos.